Mr. Ben training tips, cycling, swimming, triathlon, all those sort of endurance sports. Today I'm going to speak to you about kind of lower back and strengthening the muscles around it. Another session I'll do is lumbar mobility, increasing the lumbar spine mobility and obviously the muscles around and lengthening them. So today I should give you 5 or 6 exercises, nice and simple to do. You need a mat for it. It's body weight stuff, so we're not using machines or anything in today's session. So let's crack on. So first of all, come onto all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we'll just do a little bit of a cat stretch to get the spine moving, in particular the lumbar area. Now a lot of people suffer with weak and sometimes injured backs, especially when we're on the bike a long time or doing a lot of running. Okay, so I would suggest you probably do 6 of these. I'm not going to do lots and lots of reps. I'm going to show the exercise and move on to the other, then you can do them in your own time. Okay, so first of all, we'll go swimming arms and legs on all fours. It's a core stability exercise, so strengthening here and all the back muscles. The idea is that we move our arm and leg away without the pelvis twisting or hitching or dropping. So we stay in this neutral position. Think of a long spine, scoop the belly button in, and the first way to learn is to just slide the opposite arm and leg away. That's just to get yourself comfortable with being able to keep this stable. If you imagine you had a drink on your back, and if you're moving around, it'll drop over. When you're comfortable with that, you can progress to sliding the leg out and then reach. Inhale, exhale, and then when you're comfortable with that position and you're regularly doing it, you can create one nice flowing movement. Inhale and exhale. And what I see a lot of people do is when they reach, they do too high and they twist. Now, it looks an easy exercise, it's actually quite challenging to master. I've been doing it for years and I still can't quite get it perfected. I would probably do 12 in total. It's better to do quality rather than quantity all day long. Same applies to most things. Come onto your front. Okay, we're going to do swimming arms and legs. You can relax if you want to and just work the legs, or you can bring the arms and legs in. Scoop the belly button in, keep the pelvis stable, and we're going to breathe out, in and out, and we'll start to strengthen back extensors. And I'd suggest you'd run 20. From here, bring the hands down the back into the dart position. So tuck the tailbone under, scoop the belly button in, we inhale and we reach back. Primarily it's a mid-back exercise, but you are also working the lower back muscles, but only subtly. So we inhale and we exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. I would suggest you probably do 12 of those. Remember, if you're feeling it in the lower back, it's most likely you're hinging from the lower back. It's a very, very subtle movement, just a gentle and there. And a much more challenging exercise, if you're ready for that and you're regularly doing stuff, is to take both arms and legs off, a bit like a star. So it's this movement. Keep the belly button drawn in, think long levers and don't overextend the neck. I suggest you do 2 sets of 6 because you'll get fatigued really quickly and your technique will be compromised. Then I would go into good old plank variations. It's such a simple exercise to do, it's strengthening all around here. So yes, it does feel like it's working through here, but it's also working the back extensors and all muscles in the lower back. Lots of ways to work. Traditional, like a push-up position, or we can work forearm, or if you're new to the plank, with the knees bent. The secret is when you do the plank, don't let the hips sag or bottom high, and then try not to overextend the neck or drop. We're looking for a nice straight line, abdominals drawn in, glute muscles connected. If you've got a softball, put it between the ankles because it will target those inner thighs, and learn to relax the shoulders, and of course relax as you breathe. So it'll be something like this. Okay, and I would suggest you start with if you're doing this already at home, you do what you want to, but I suggest you start with 30 seconds, and if that's quite comfortable, do another 30 seconds and slowly build up. But always remember, as soon as you get tired and your fatigue and your technique goes, you're going to compromise and put pressure on the back. Okay, the other plank variation I like to do is a round back version to mimic a cycling exercise. So you would go into this position here, tuck the tailbone under, and then come into this position, like a rounded position there. And then you bring a knee in, and then back, and again. And that is creating the mimic of a cycle back, where we're rounded, but it's also strengthening here and hip flexors. A nice one to release on that is child's pose. Okay. Then I would suggest you come onto your back and bring your legs into a tabletop position. So traditionally a bloke would probably need a soft lock under his head because his neck, if he's big, will be like this. So we're bringing our legs into tabletop, which is knees in line with hips, toes higher. Press the feet together, knees together. Scoop the belly button in and make sure you're not forcing the lower back into the mat. Relax the shoulders, and eventually you will start to feel work around here. But think of the spine as a cylinder. You're working the muscles at the side, the front and back. So you're working the deep stabilizer muscles. So even though we're not extending the back, we're in a static position, we are working the deep muscles around the spine. I suggest you do 10 breaths, have a breather, and then another 10. Okay, when you're finished, give yourself a hug, loosen off the lumbar spine and the gluteal muscles. And then those are some really simple exercises to start with. If you're not sure of anything, give me a message, email me, and if you've got any injuries before you started this, you will have known not to do these exercises anyway. So, look forward to seeing you in the next session, guys. Take care.